Welcome into Rob Wright's Gen X Pop Culture. And today I'm just going to give you an exclusive because I just saw Ghostbusters Frozen Empire and I wanted to get a spoiler free review out there just to let you know how the movie is and what to expect. So let me give you my overall uh, initial impressions of it. I thought it was a good movie. It's a fun summer blockbuster movie. Overall, I would give it probably about a 6.5 out of or 7 out of 10 or about 3.5 stars, whichever rating system you use. So the film is really good. It's not as good as the 1984 movie, but I mean, how do you live up to that? It's got some of the same spirit as the 1984 Ghostbusters movie, though, and it has that same fun vibe to it. The movie takes place in New York, just like the original Ghostbusters movie, and here are some things about it that I'll tell you about. So the good. There are a lot of fun callbacks to the original Ghostbusters movie from 1984. There's one or two small ones from the 1989 Ghostbusters 2 movie, and then you have the same cast from the recent Ghostbusters Afterlife movie. They're all in it. So you've got all of those elements from the last three movies in this franchise. There are a lot of good ghosts in it. Some might be returning if you've seen some of the previews. So be prepared for that. The effects are really good. They use some CGI, but they use some practical effects in it. And they do a good job with the effects. And they make it a lot more fun. It's an interesting mix because you have a little bit of a horror film element to it. Not too scary, but there is some element in there, especially with the beginning when you first start. You do have an element of a horror film, the way it sets up at the beginning. But the rest of it is kind of a fun Ghostbusters type movie. It's mainly centered around the main characters becoming a family and becoming a family unit. Paul Rudd is really funny in it. He's your typical Paul Rudd. Bill Murray's in it, and he's very funny. There's a lot of the original Ghostbusters that are in it throughout the movie instead of just the end like they were in Afterlife. So that's good. Ray does play a pivotal role in this movie, and he's in it throughout. So I thought that was really good. And, overall, the story is really good. It kept me entertained. It is a movie that I would see again, a typical summer blockbuster. Now, the okay part about it, the pacing's a little bit iffy. The first third of the movie is a little bit long. And the final act of the movie, the final third with the villain, is a little bit too short. I wish it could have been a little bit longer. The villain is very interesting. And, he does some interesting things in the movie. One of the things that I wish the movie had was a little bit more of Bill Murray's character, Peter Venkman. He's in it, but he's in it in spots. And I wish you got a little bit more of him in the movie because he's hilarious when he's on the screen. There is a scene with him and Walter Peck. I won't go give you details, but I wish it could have been a little bit better on it. The bad part about this movie is, like I mentioned, the pacing's not as strong. The first act is really long. It has a lot of characters in it, but I don't feel like it's overwhelming. I know some of the reviews said that it was overwhelming. I didn't feel it was overwhelming. I just feel like some of them aren't used as well as they could have been. And it seemed like that there was only just a little bit for them to do and not enough. So that was one of the things with the characters. I think that the villain, he's only in it, he's not in it enough. I mean, he could have used a little bit more screen time as well. There's a scene where he freezes a girl. And if you've seen some of the previews, you see some of this. And some of that I wish could have been a little bit better. And then Phoebe, she's a main focus in the movie. A lot of the movie is a little bit about her and some of the things that she's going through. There's something that she does that's a little cheesy, that's a little bit far-fetched. It still works in the movie, but I wasn't too thrilled with it. But overall, aside from those things, it's a fun, good movie that I think you will enjoy if you like Ghostbusters. If you're a Ghostbusters fan, you'll really enjoy this movie. A lot of cool tiebacks. Listen for the music because the music is another tieback to the original 1984 film. And it's just a lot of fun. It is the equivalent of your fun summer blockbuster that you can go to and kind of turn your brain off and just have a lot of fun with it. So I would say that it's a recommend. Go see Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. I'll give a couple more of these reviews as I see movies that pertain to our original pop culture, such as this one. Let me know if you like that. Don't forget to like and subscribe and give comments. And let me know if you want to see more of these. And we'll catch you on the next one.